Good day. Matt here. Welcome to another session with Intention Inspired. We are on 10 days of resilience, and we're on day 9. We're moving into our final movement, our final element, because this course is based off of the 5 movements from Chinese medicine. We've been spending 2 days on each of the elements, and today we are moving from earth into metal. Thank you so much, Juniper Klatt, for gleaming off of your studies into Chinese medicine so that we could have this wonderful perspective into how to cultivate more resilience by tuning into the 5 movements, the 5 elements. So today, with the focus now on the element of metal, we're going to learn and reflect. Our intention is I am letting go. So today, let's let go of what is ready to go, noticing beauty in changing. Kicking it right off with our wonderful host, Juniper, as she shares a little bit more about the element of metal and how we can tune into it to cultivate more power and resilience.
Metal, the season of autumn. So I'm going to give you a few images to work with here to try to get in the feel of this energy. One is if you can time travel with me to fall, and you're in a place where leaves change color, and you're on a walk, and you look up, and you're with all of these trees around you that are changing color, and you look up, and you see these huge branches stretching across the sky, and all their little branches, and it almost looks like lace. And then there's these bright yellow leaves that have changed their color that are slowly falling from the sky. That's a really good image to get the feeling of the metal element. The metal element is about intake and exchange. It's about letting go. The emotion of metal is grief, which I think you feel in autumn. It's the time when things die. It's a lot about endings. It's a lot about what do we need to let go of so that we can invite new life in. It's also in our cycle that we're working through, it's the last element before you begin again with Mother Water underground. So thinking about that is one image. I'd also like you to think about the process of making a ring, for example, that you have this incredibly tough, strong, intense material that you mine out of the earth, deep, deep, deep within the earth, because earth is the mother of metal. And then you bring it out and you go through this process of putting it through the fire, of hammering it, and you take this strong, durable thing and you make a delicate circle. So if you're kind of getting a feel for the metal element, there's this strength to it. There's this certainty almost in that, like, things will end and things will begin. And then there's also this delicate, lace-like feeling about it as well. The organs associated with metal are the lung and the large intestine. The large intestine, I think, makes a lot of sense. Letting go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Hopefully in the proper pacing. And then I want to speak to you a little bit about what I think is one of the gifts of the metal element when it comes to resilience, using the lungs as an imagery. So the metal element rules intake and exchange. So I'd like you to think about yourself as a place where things come in and where things leave, where things come in and are transformed and things leave. And seeing yourself as this place, I think, can be really helpful in the storms of life, because there's so much happening all the time. There's so many energies, there's so many emotions, there's so many situations, there's so much conflict. Like, it's 100% a myth that at some point you reach a place where, like, everything's chill. Like, life is change. God is change. It's all change. And so if it's all change, it's so easy to just get swept up into this, and then into this, and then into this, and then into this, and feel so ungrounded and uncentered. So the thing I love about our lungs is, unless they have some sort of disease, they pretty much stay the same. And they're always breathing the air in, inviting the air in, pushing the air to the heart, pushing the oxygen to the body, letting the air out. They're this place of exchange. So if you can see yourself as kind of a lung to your life, you're taking your life in and you're breathing your life out. I think it puts a lot of power. Also breath. Breath is like the power of the metal element, always returning to the breath. It's the first thing we do when we're born, and it's the last thing we do before we die, is take a breath. And it's what we do all the moments in between birth and death. So I think the metal element really brings us full cycle from this like conception deep within the ground, this birth and spring, this coming up into fire of like excitement and life, this coming back to the center to nurture and integrate, and then releasing life to die, to end, to letting go, and then letting new things come again, and back around and around and around and around. So as you sit with the metal element, think about where you see this energy in your life. How does it play out? How do you feel it? How do you touch it? Do you like wearing jewelry? Notice like how metal feels in or on your body. What's your relationship to letting go? What's your relationship to breathing? Can you visualize yourself as a place where life can come in and go out, and you still remain?
Wow. Nice, Juniper. That's so good. Very inspiring to the endurance and mysterious alchemy of metal that allows it the capacity to crystallize and accumulate and grow in value, in resilience. So many good reminders in that session to release what no longer serves so that there is more capacity to show up to the moment for those things that maybe prefer to be crystallized naturally. So returning to the breath, returning to the body, the lungs, the liver, to be still with today's movement of metal and listen, noticing maybe when the chest is tight, when the bowels are irritable, when the breath is short, and hear what wants to shift. Is there any grief? Is there any depression that wants to be felt that is preventing me from discovering the preciousness that is available in every moment? Yeah. Moving into our affirmation for today. Feel free to repeat after me. I am a place where things can come and go. My breath is the gateway to letting go. I take in the beauty of every stage. Okay, today's journal prompt question is, what am I ready to let go of? Feel free to hit pause and give yourself a moment to journal on this. All right, that wraps up today's intentional session on letting go through the movement of metal. Tomorrow we will be spending our last day on playing and activating with metal. Our intention will be, I am transforming. Wow. I feel like this journey has just kind of skimmed the surface of the endless potential that is the whooshing, the 5 movements. Wow. Thank you again, Juniper, for putting together this journey for us to get a taste of each of these elements. Quite literally, actually. Tomorrow we'll learn about the taste of metal, as we've done with each element, as they all have their own flavor. Anywho, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like, there's a link in the description to join us over on our private community activity feed, where we're just sharing what is going on as we embark on these journeys of self-discovery and growth. So enjoy the day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I hope you have a day full of letting go of all of those things that do not serve you. Yes, and more, please. Peace and love.